What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here. Welcome back to another video. It's Tuesday. The market ended positive after having a 3-day skid, so that's always good news. Let's get into today's video. Today we're going to be talking about ticker symbol CRNT, also known as Ceragon Networks. Okay, we're going to talk today about what the catalyst behind of the crazy rise over the past couple days, how long is it going to last, potentially where it's going to be going. So stick around. You're definitely not going to want to miss this. Let's get into it. First off, what does Ceragon Networks do? Okay, they deliver innovative wireless backhaul solutions that help you increase your operational efficiency, enhance your end customers' quality of experience, and ensure your peace of mind. As the #1 wireless backhaul specialist, Ceragon has been leading the industry for over 20 years. In layman's terms, they partner with other network providers to be able to connect us together, okay, in very, very layman's terms. But let's say, like I said, I'm going to go over a couple different articles and give you kind of some feedback. We're going to start off on why it's rising, what to watch out for, and then potentially of where it's going to go in the future, okay? So first off, this is an article written from Globes. It says Ceragon jumps 56% as ARK increases stakes. Yes, this is known that Cathie Wood has increased in their stake in this stock, okay, in one of their ETFs, which is probably a huge catalyst why it rose on Friday. However, a little bit more information on potentially why it's continuing to rise. This was written today. It says it seems that the rally in this stock has been triggered by speculation among Twitter users, traders who are active on the social networking platform, have been calling the Ceragon stock the next big 5G play, and one trader went as far as to say the stock is about to go. It is clearly the stock is rocketed on the back of speculation. Okay, so be careful. This is what I always talk about so far, guys: is managing your risk. Okay, let's get into this article. These are the financials, which to me kind of tell it all. All right, their revenues for Q3 that were out were 70 million compared to 72 million in Q3 of 19, so it's down. Their gross margin was down. Their operating income loss was 3.4 million compared to 2.1 million. That's down. And their net income loss was 1.6 compared to 0.2. Okay, so on the metric side, this company is not doing well. Okay, there's another article written by Motley Fool that says, but Ceragon sales are still falling, down 12% over the first 3 quarters of 2020, and not just because of COVID either. Fact is, Ceragon sales declined last year as well, falling 17% from 2018 levels. While 5G may bring improvement going forward right now, the Wall Street analysts who follow this stock are predicting that Ceragon sales will have ended 2020 down 9%. Okay, so based on everything that you see about this stock, and you see that it's skyrocketing, what was it, 30% today, 55% on Friday, and Cathie Wood bought it, which we know that anything that Cathie Wood touches is just happening to rise. It's good to understand the companies that you are investing in and why they're going up. I talk about this also on the channel, is that nowadays with social media, everybody's involved, on Twitter and YouTube, just like this. People are watching videos. Someone says something about a stock, and then before you know it, boom, everyone starts buying it. But the stock only rises because the demand for buying power is there, and that's what increases it. There's no other catalyst of the business that is actually a fundamental process, and validity for why the stock is going up. Okay, but on contrary, guys, I'm going to talk about this in a little bit, a little bit further on the other side of it. Okay, because I'm not just going to talk on one side of why Cathie Wood probably bought this stock and what is potential to see over the future. Okay, so if you look at Nasdaq.com, I always like to look at what the active positions are by institutions, whether increased, decreased, and so forth. So we had 26 holders decrease their positions recently, but it's less than 1 million shares, which is kind of weird. That's a lot of institutions owning a little bit amount of shares, but we had 14 increased positions at 1.3. Okay, so there's more demand for an increase than there's a decrease. That's good. Also, their total institutional share still holds at 7.75 million shares. That's important. Okay, now let's get into this in another factor. All right, we know the 5G market. We know it's going to be huge. We're slowly getting out of 4G, even though they say it might stick around for another 10 years. But it's their next generation, and it's also going to be potentially used for. It's going to be used for autonomous driving. We know that it's the future. It's huge. This is what really rings a bell to me, guys. The global 5G technology market is anticipated to be at $5.53 billion in 2020, and is projected to reach $668 billion by 2022. 2026, okay? That's 122% year-over-year return. That is absolutely insane, okay? I look for that number when you see a stock that's 20 to 22%, okay, or 20 to 25%. Like, that's huge growth. So seeing this amount of growth is absolutely massive. So that is a potential for, you know, the future, okay? But like I said, if you're holding this long term, this is totally for you. If you're looking to get on this short term and potentially get out, beware, okay? Let me also talk about a little bit of long term too, okay, about 5G. This article did come out in September of 2020, but it's this overlooked and undervalued 5G stock could soar, okay? 5G promises to forever change this transportation network, okay? This means the roads on which data travels across the world are going to need a massive upgrade. They will need to be wider, smoother, more robust, and just overall better. So before 5G coverage can become globally ubiquitous, the world needs to build a series of 5G superhighways on which data can travel. The construction of these 5G superhighways is expected to spark 150% in growth, okay? The company behind this is what we're talking about right here, okay? Ceragon, okay? But for Ceragon, this reality is rapidly changing. I highlighted this, just guys, read this. I'm not gonna go over all of it, okay? But it says, well, that implies that as telecom infrastructure companies build out 5G superhighways over the next 5 years, they will likely deploy a lot of Ceragon's wireless backhaul solutions. Awesome, okay? Right here. Indeed, I see Ceragon growing profits to 50 million or more by 2025. Right now, they're operating at a net loss of 2 million. Okay, so the potential is there. However, why the stock has risen is based 100% on speculation and the fact that Cathie Wood bought it. Okay, the fundamentals of the business growing, which need to be there, which is why Apple consistently grows year over year as long as the market doesn't have a huge correction, is because the business is there. Okay, the fundamentals of actually running a profitable business are there. But this is huge for the future, so keep that in mind, guys. Read this article by Investor, please. Okay, it's huge because, you know, it definitely brings a big opportunity. We saw the EV market rapidly change. We're going to be going into autonomous driving, and especially in the 5G overhaul. All right, let's look at the charts a little bit. This is over the past 3 months. It has gone up, guys. It was right here, 215. Before we got to hear about it, got to say, let's say about 311. That's a huge, it's a 50% return. That's awesome. However, this 2-day spike happened pretty quickly, okay? So I would never going to say that there's not money to be made, okay? Even if you look at the 1-day chart, I think it was up to a high almost right before close of 688, closed at 646. It's down 4%, you know, after hours. Not to say there's not going to be money to be made in the short term, but I always talk about this, guys, manage your risk, okay? I've been able to grow my portfolio by being able to take, you know, the 10, 20% gains in, you know, consistency, okay, rather than trying to shoot for these 100% gains. So if you're holding this long term, I think this is an in. Definitely, if you're holding this on the short term, just be careful. There's always money to be made in every single stock, even if, you know, you're shorting the stock. But just want to give you an overview because I know there's a lot of hype about this, and I hate to see anybody get burned. So leave a comment down below. Let me know if you think you found some value in this video and you're glad, you know, I brought a new perspective that you might not know about, and I will see you in the next one.